Hey folks, Keith here from Chicken Thigh Fishing. Time to get going. It's nighttime. It's fishing time. Stick around. Hello my friends, it's time for another night on the water. I am running solo tonight. My partner Brian is working, and I can't find my sons anywhere, so what are you gonna do? Gotta go fishing. Let's go. Well, it's small, but anytime you get a fish on your first cast, that'll do. Sweet. Okay, so although I got a fish on my first cast, which is always cool, the first tree line I stopped at didn't produce anything else. I got a couple other little small hits. I ran a spinner bait up and down, which is a pattern I usually start with, and then I ran a chatterbait perpendicular to the shore and at diagonals to the shore, pulling out from the trees to see if I could draw anything out there. So nothing else yet, and changed locations a little bit. Got a good breeze tonight, a little good drift. So I think I'm gonna let the drift take me and see what happens. So man, my brother always says catching a fish on your first cast is bad luck. I guess he's right. So I haven't hit anything since then. I came across a good area right here. A little bit of everything. It's got some pads, some docks, some houses, some boats, some rocks. I can clearly see that the water's low because the water line on the rocks is about a solid 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet down. So I'm not going to get in too close. But this is a great spot right here, so I'm going to run a chatterbait along all these targets here, and kind of feel like if I don't pick up a couple of fish here, it could be a long night. And we'll see. Oh, well, I just hit a halfway decent one. And he came out of the water and spit me out. Alright, just got this guy coming off of a rock. He took that whole chatterbait in his mouth. It's going to take me a minute to get out, and I don't like where I'm at here, so. I'm seeing some rocks, kind of giving me the heebies. Of course, rocks that you can see are a far sight better than rocks that you can't see. Well, nice little fish. I don't feel like battling with rocks right now. Alright, well, I just hit a fish there, and a few minutes ago I just had one spit me out, and I've been getting pecked by some small things, probably like crappies or yellow perch, and but I just came through this area of docks and boats and rocks and stuff, real high percentage places to cast this time of night, and came up pretty much empty except for that fish I just caught. So usually when that happens, I decide I'm going to just completely change location because I'm clearly not finding them here, and I don't want to beat this area up too bad. It's still come up empty, so I'm going to change locations on the pond and fish from a different direction and a different direction of the wind, and I'll see if that produces any different results. But there is life. I'm getting hit by small fish, so that's a good sign. So let's see what's in another area. Well, a little guy. He was right where he was supposed to be, on a rock. Pretty little fish. So one of the things about night fishing is that you folks can't see what I see. So you have to rely on me to present to you how I'm fishing and what I'm doing. So what I have here is an island, and there's a very small inlet, like a horseshoe shaped inlet, and there's big rocks on the corners of it, and it goes in maybe 20 feet. And so what I do when I come across something like that is I will shoot at the corners of it on the big rocks, which is where I just got that one fish. Then I will fan cast from different angles at the mouth of the inlet, with the notion that maybe there are bigger fish staged outside of it, corralling bait fish into it or feeding on them as they come out of it. And then I will go into the inlet and cast in at the edges of that. So that's what I'm going to do now. I just hit the rocks on the corners of it and picked off that little one. So we'll see what else this little inlet has. I thought I just got hit there, but it was a bat. One of the things you have to contend with at night is bats. Not in the sense that they bother you, but in the sense that they quite often dive bomb your lure when you cast it, because to them they pick up something flying through the air and they think it's prey, and they'll swoop down, but they quickly realize it's not their prey and they swoop back out. But a lot of times they hit your lure or they hit your line. Sometimes they hit you. I mean, they don't bother you, but if that type of thing gives you the heaves. So I just had one swoop down and hit my line, and I thought I got hit by a fish. I just hit the outskirts with a spinnerbait. Now I'm going to cast into that inlet, and it's got some real gorgeous rocks. I'm going to cast in there with a chatterbait and put it right up on the rocks. Strange night. I keep casting at places where I'm saying to myself, there's got to be a fish there. Some nights there's just not. Or they're there, but they ain't eating what you're throwing. If you watch my videos, you know that I predominantly throw bladed jigs and spinnerbaits more than any other lure. Sometimes they just don't work. I'm looking at a very high percentage spot right here. It's got some rocks in the water. Tree line on this island. And if I don't catch a fish in the 3 casts that I'm about to make here, that's going to tell me something. Okay, there's one. Two. One more. Now I knew there had to be a fish there. If there wasn't a fish there, I was going to eat my hat. I'm glad I didn't stop at 3 and I took that 4th one. Nice fish. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Alright, so they're not totally disobeying all the rules. I knew there was going to be a fish there. We gotta go find his big brother. And I am now quite literally in the middle of this body of water. And I'm going to fish some open water with a spinnerbait at different depths and see what we can dig up. I'm approaching another island and I'm going to go back to shooting a chatterbait at it. I can feel some grass in the water here, so that's good. I should be able to pick a fish out of there. There's one. Okay, we'll take it. Boy, that was one of those little ones that hits hard. Real little guy. Boy, he smoked that lure. I just got hit again too. Very good. And he got my swim bait. And he missed the hook and got this, and you can see how he pulled it off the hook. That was a pretty heavy hit. So I'm thinking there was some size to that fish. Whoo doggy, we are in a quiet spell. Holy cow. The bite has turned off. I'm gonna keep trying. I want that big one. Well, it's morning. We hit them pretty good from about midnight to 3. It's about 5 now, and Pretty sure I haven't hit a fish in the last 2 hours, so I would like to hit one on the way out the door. Well, folks, that's all she wrote for tonight. I'm calling it and heading home, getting some sleep. We hit some good fish, so no big ones, no giants, no hogs, but a good night of fishing. Beautiful night. Never had to put a sweatshirt on. That's always a beautiful thing. And hey, it was a night of fishing. I hope you enjoyed being with me again, and we'll see you next time. Stay fishing, my friends.